Today on Good Morning Maine, the latest on a potential government shutdown and how it could impact life here in Maine.
Plus, important advice from fire officials as the heating season gets underway.
And why members of a Pittsfield church are being forced to move from their longtime home. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have those stories coming up. But first, a check of our forecast on this Friday morning. So far, looking like it's going to be a fairly nice day. There was a bit of fog out there this morning, but that will probably be burning off. But as we mentioned earlier, there's also some smoke from the Canadian wildfires that are kind of coming through the area too. You might have noticed the haze around during the afternoon yesterday, blocking out the sun a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you said it all.
Kind of turns it a little purplish. It's making news in other parts of the world too because it's stretching all across the Atlantic.
Right.
But here, it's looking pretty nice.
Right. It almost seemed like fog yesterday. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Hey Craig and Emma, happy Friday, and we're starting off with areas of dense fog that's starting out across the region this morning. Pretty widespread in some spots as well. Many areas are down to about a half mile or less, and some spots even up to a mile at best. So definitely take it slow this morning and allow extra time to get to where you're going. If there's any good news to report, though, we will work on getting that fog out of here, as there's pretty much going to be a lot of sunshine today. We have a few clouds tracking in from the southwest and going to the north and east. But otherwise, we're looking pretty good out there. We're going to be staying dry all day long, and in fact, the next several days too. The rain you see right about in here will stay away from us, so as we have high pressure right about in here, so that'll help to erode any rainfall. We may get some clouds in here today, though, which may help to obscure the sunshine for a bit, but otherwise, we're going to stay dry for the next several days. Futurecast moving forward, showing some clouds moving in from time to time, mixing in with some sunshine. A few more clouds approach later on tonight, maybe mixing in with some areas of dense fog yet again. So clouds and areas of dense fog possible later on tonight again. As for the wind, not too bad, though, roughly at around 3 to 5 miles per hour at best, but notice the winds stay rather relaxed today, tonight, and also into tomorrow, so not much wind to be worried about moving forward. So lower 70s today, not bad, partly cloudy, south wind getting up to around 5 miles per hour. By tonight, upper 40s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog yet again, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a mixture of clouds and sunshine with temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, one person died in a single vehicle crash in Alton. A state police spokesperson says troopers responded to the crash on the Alton Tannery Road just before 4:30 Thursday afternoon. The vehicle went off the left side of the road and into some trees. Troopers found the driver and sole occupant of that vehicle deceased at the scene. Officials say they believe the crash actually happened on Wednesday night and wasn't discovered until the following day. Alcohol and speed are believed to be contributing factors. The crash remains under investigation.
3 people are hurt and a driver is charged after a wrong-way crash in Freeport yesterday morning. Around 9 a.m., police took reports about a minivan stopping on 295, then driving into the median. Troopers say the van left by the time they arrived. They say the driver, later identified as 30-year-old Marina Kinney, then drove the wrong way on the northbound side of 295 and hit 2 vehicles, including a box truck, head-on. One driver suffered just cuts, but both Kenny and another driver were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. Police charged Kenny at the hospital with operating under the influence.
Well, the Lincoln Police Department is asking the public to reach out if they have any information regarding a possible drug overdose that happened last Friday. At midnight on Friday, they were dispatched to a house on Katahdin Avenue where a 16-year-old boy had been found unconscious. He passed away at the scene, despite receiving aid from first responders for about 40 minutes. The police department is waiting on test results to determine if this was in fact a drug overdose. They also say they'd like to remind citizens that if anyone is struggling with drug addiction, there are resources available. They say options for help can also be found online by visiting knowyouroptions.me.
A raging fire destroyed 3 businesses along the waterfront in Port Clyde. The Maine Department of Public Safety says firefighters were called to the scene around 1 a.m. Thursday morning. They say the fire started in the Dip Net restaurant and quickly spread to 2 other businesses. All 3 buildings were destroyed. Investigators spent the day interviewing witnesses and neighbors and reviewing any potential evidence. According to the Courier-Gazette, the fire burned through the Monhegan boat line and the Port Clyde General Store, as well as the restaurant. The Department of Safety says fire investigators responded and were on scene until early yesterday morning. And given the scope of it, the fire could take days to conclude the investigation. There were no reported injuries.
The U.S. Congress is barreling towards a government shutdown without a solid plan in sight to avert one. Now lawmakers have less than 48 hours to come up with an agreement, or millions of Americans could be furloughed without pay. ABC's M. Wynn has the latest from Washington.
This morning, mounting tensions on Capitol Hill as House Speaker Kevin McCarthy wrestles with hard-right Republicans to make a deal that would avert a government shutdown.
Why would they side with Biden on an open border when we have an opportunity to do something like it? Are they doing it for that reason? Are they doing it for personal reasons? Doing it to chaos?
Today, McCarthy plans to hold a test vote on a far-right bill urging his GOP conference to unite and approve a measure that would slash federal funding by 8% and toughen border security while temporarily keeping the government open. But at least 10 GOP members are against any continuing resolution.
Do you believe McCarthy has the votes if he puts that CR on the floor tomorrow?
No, he doesn't.
It will fail.
Yeah.
The House passed 4 of the 12 appropriations bills needed to fund the new fiscal year, but they're considered dead on arrival in the Senate. If a shutdown comes October 1st, as many as 4 million federal workers, including 20,000 Border Patrol officers, could be furloughed or asked to work without a paycheck.
We can't have the lack of security of our border.
Notably, a shutdown could also impact more than 1 million active duty service members, including Austin Carrick's husband. This mom saying they rely on every paycheck to help with their daughter's medical expenses.
They are literally playing games with our lives. We mean nothing to them, but they expect my husband to go fight their wars. That's not fair.
Meanwhile, the Senate unveiled a stopgap measure that would keep the government open until mid-November, but it includes funding for Ukraine, something McCarthy has indicated is a non-starter for House GOP. M. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home, leaders and thousands of Mainers are worried about how a government shutdown is going to impact them. Our Grace Blanchard shares more.
Initially, we likely won't see any impact. It will impact the workers, but not directly to the airport.
A government shutdown would have a major impact on federal employees all across the state, including here at the Bangor International Airport. According to a spokesman from TSA New England, TSA employs more than 50,000 officers at more than 440 federalized airports nationwide.
We're fortunate that we talk with them on a daily basis, so we know what some of the struggles that they might face are fairly early on, and we just try to do the best we can to support them.
The last time we had one of these shutdowns, TSA people were getting Hannaford gift cards from people in order to put food on the table.
Senator Angus King says we would see widespread impact here in Maine.
Whether it's TSA or the Department of Agriculture or Acadia National Park, those are families that are put at risk by this.
For places like Acadia National Park, it could mean closing the gates.
It's a big impact for us, and I think anytime that these hard decisions come up, it impacts not only the park, but a lot of our fundamental government services.
And food pantries all across the state are preparing for a potential uptick in needs as many federal programs would get interrupted.
I don't know how we will be able to handle additional people in need. There's only so much food we can receive and distribute every week, and we are, all of us in this area, at capacity.
It all hinges on whether Congress can come to a resolution.
I'm hoping good things will happen in the next 48 hours, but I have to tell you right now, I'm not very optimistic.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, the start of fall in Maine also marks the start of moose hunting season, which got underway on Monday. The Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife issued more than 4,000 permits this year. Officials with the department say the number of permits issued will allow hunters to harvest enough moose to help keep the population healthy. Officials say this is not only beneficial for wildlife and hunters, but even for people who don't hunt at all because it manages the moose population. The season runs until November 11th, but that all depends on the type of permit you have and what type of moose you are hunting.
With the fall, Mainers will soon be turning up the heat in their homes. Our David Ledford spoke with the VZ Fire Department about how to do so safely.
Ahead of the winter season and following house fires just last week in both Plymouth and Amherst, officials are sharing tips on safe heating. While it may seem obvious, VZ Fire Department Chief Pete Metcalf says the first thing homeowners should do is simply check their equipment, because not everybody does.
Check their boilers, check their furnaces. Even if they burn with natural gas or propane, it's good to have a technician come in and make sure the tolerances are where they're supposed to be.
A wood stove offers a rustic method for home heating, but you should be careful what you put in it, and make sure your chimney is thoroughly cleaned.
Small amounts of cardboard. You don't want to use a large amount. What can tend to happen is that cardboard or that paper will go up to the chimney, may sit in that chimney, and may cause a blockage. You clean your chimney. Don't burn food or other heavy trash. Anything that is not designed to burn in a wood stove or a fireplace could always lead to a catastrophic fire.
Metcalf says preparation is one of the most important steps in preventing a house fire.
We always recommend working smoke alarms, working carbon monoxide detectors in the homes. Replace any batteries that aren't working, and make sure that you do have working alarms in the homes. That's the best way to prevent death or injury in a home caused by fire.
In VZ, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, the time now is 8:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, members of a Pittsfield church are being forced to move to a new building after more than 150 years. We'll hear what the future holds.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. Another nice day today. Partly cloudy skies with highs near 71 degrees. It will also be partly cloudy overnight with lows dropping down to the upper 40s. And tomorrow, another partly cloudy day on the way, a bit warmer with highs near 75.
If you are in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, or Maine, you could get a deal at the Toyota 5-state sales event with thousands of new vehicles available from the longest-lasting brand, Toyota. Right now, you could save up to $2,000 with affordable 3.99% financing on a 4-wheel drive Tacoma. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. The Toyota 5-state sales event at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen and action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
New and current customers can get the titanium iPhone 15 Pro on us. US Cellular, built for us.
There's a reason why Maine's state slogan is the way life should be. It's because our beautiful state is full of humble people, workers, business owners, and neighbors making a difference in their community. I'm always looking for positive and encouraging news stories about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. How fortunate am I that I get to share these special stories? Watch the good news weekdays on Fox 22 News at 10.
Welcome back. If you're looking for a locally owned shop to get a special gift for someone special, a former Brewer staple is now back in town and open for business. Huckleberry's first opened up shop 10 years ago in Brewer, but later moved to Bucksport for a while. After a tough year last year, owner Diane Stimson says they found a location back in Brewer. She says they're glad to welcome back patrons, and it's a bit of a homecoming too.
It's been great in that so many customers who I had in Brewer previously have come in and said, I'm so glad you're back. And that's been nice.
A lot of city leaders on hand for the celebration yesterday. Stimson says she focuses on unique items like pottery, jewelry, signs, and jigsaw puzzles. She says those puzzles are her biggest seller. She also says she's stocked and ready to go with plenty of Christmas ornaments.
112 Easy Street in Pittsfield is home to one of the oldest buildings in town. But over the past few years, the Union Meeting House has started to deteriorate, making the church unsafe. So the Universalist Council members put the building up for sale after 150 years of calling it their home. Our Doug Banks went to Pittsfield to find out what happens next for both the Union Meeting House and the Universalist members.
The Union Meeting House has gone through many changes since it was first built in 1857. One constant, however, has been the laughs, heartbreaks, and strength shared by Unitarian Universalists throughout the years.
This building has been part of my life for a long time.
But the Meeting House has started to show its age. The sanctuary walls are gradually being pushed outwards, causing structural damage to the roof. With lower attendance, insurance running out in November, and no contractors willing to take on the project, council members decided it was time to move on.
It's a beautiful space, but a church is not a building. A church is the people within it.
I have a love-hate relationship with this building in the sense that it's a beautiful, wonderful building. On the other hand, it has totally consumed this congregation for years.
Starting on Sunday, October 8th, their service will move here to the Pittsfield Public Library. And although their location may change, the love and support this community shares with one another is what's most important and what will always stay.
We're just going to be meeting somewhere else. It's the people that I mostly remember.
It was never a question of continuity. We will be a congregation. We'll continue to be a congregation.
Long after the clocks cease to tick and the sanctuary door closes, it's not the building that will last forever. It's the memories, even when the lights go out.
It's such a holy place with the beautiful windows. But, wherever we met, it was okay because we were all together.
In Pittsfield, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Boy, that is too bad to see. It happens to so many of those old buildings in Maine, but it sounds like they've got a great attitude. They're positive heading forward, and maybe somebody will buy that beautiful building and fix it up at some point.
It's so easy to get attached to stuff like that. It's like moving out of your childhood home.
Exactly.
Yeah. But they're spreading a good message. Yep. All right, the time now is 8:17. After the break, we'll hear from crew members of the USS Augusta who have been training on the ship for the last 6 months.
That story and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have a lot of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful new homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 8:30 on Fox 22.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
On the next Last Man Standing.
This booth seems small to me. What are you guys going through?
Well, I told him there'd be 4 of us. Yeah, did you tell him that one of us was 2 of us?
It's a lesson in what to expect.
Look at the size of me. I feel so American.
When you're expecting.
She just came out of the bathroom smiling and pointing at the stick.
Did I say stick? I meant pregnancy test. Oh, damn it.
Amanda's pregnant?
Yeah.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Welcome back, everyone. The crew of the USS Augusta has been training together for the past 6 months, and on Saturday, that ship will be commissioned into the active fleet. It is only the second vessel in history to be named after Maine's historic capital city, so it's only fitting for the ship to be commissioned right here in the Pine Tree State.
We've spent a lot of time learning to trust each other and increasing our own capabilities so that we are the best crew for the ship.
After half a year of extensive training, the crew of the USS Augusta is finally ready to embark on its long-awaited voyage. The littoral combat ship will officially join the active fleet during a commissioning ceremony on Saturday.
Just preparing for the commissioning has been wonderful. I've been blessed with a great crew.
Command Senior Chief Jonathan Ariave has been tasked with training the ship's 70 crew members for the past 6 months, during which time they've learned to rely on one another.
The beauty of a ship like the LCS is that it's a small crew, but they're independent. They're dependent of each other so much that they build a bond that you don't really see too much on other platforms.
These crew members hail from all over the country, but that's not the only thing that makes this particular crew unique.
We are the first LCS crew to ever take a ship from the Gulf Coast all the way to the most northeast corner of America for commissioning before heading back to our home port of San Diego, California.
And after all their rigorous training and preparation, it's that return home that crew members are looking forward to most.
Seeing my wife and kids, seeing my family, seeing my sailors see their families again. They need that. They need to see their families again. They need to see their friends. They need to see the result of all their hard work within the past 6 months.
The USS Augusta will be commissioned Saturday at 10 a.m. in Eastport. For ABC 7 and Fox 22 News, I'm Peter Dubois.
And people are welcome to view the commissioning ceremony on Saturday. There will also be a live stream available if you can't make it down to Eastport in person. You can head to our website at foxbangor.com to learn more. Kind of an exciting time there. People have been kind of traveling down there the last couple of days to take tours of that new ship, and then, as you know, a bunch of things are planned for Saturday otherwise too.
Yeah, I know. I hope it's benefiting Eastport because they could always use it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, the time now is 8:22.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, happy Friday. Areas of falling developing after this morning. Reducing visibility is pretty much widespread to around a half mile or less, so please be careful in many spots as you do travel this morning. Might take a bit to get to your destination, whether that's work or that's school for that matter. Otherwise, though, we're going to be watching for some clouds tracking in from the southwest to the north and east, but not obscuring the sun entirely. We'll still have enough sun to burn out the fog that we're seeing out there this morning. And even though we're seeing some precipitation further down to the south, you can see that pretty much near Boston, some other areas further down to the south. This will stay away from us, though, because of high pressure that's right nearby. There's no rain in the forecast for the next several days. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. We have high pressure right about in here. We have low pressure just to the south. High pressure will win out, though, which will help to keep the precipitation away. So a lot of dry days will be on the way. Let's break this all down with Futurecast. So again, a pretty nice day with a partly cloudy sky overall. Areas of dense fog will be possible in a few spots overnight tonight yet again. But as we head towards tomorrow, that fog will burn off, and we'll see a lot of sunshine for the day for your Friday, or for your Saturday for that matter. Then by the time we head towards Saturday night, maybe some clouds and areas of dense fog yet again, but a lot of the clouds will be tapering off. So as we head towards Sunday morning, a beautiful day will be on the way. Our average high temperature is now 65 degrees. We'll do the lower 70s today, middle to upper 70s Saturday and Sunday, back in the mid 70s again Monday, upper 70s, maybe some lower 80s Tuesday and a Wednesday, then back in the mid 70s again as we head towards your Thursday. Fall foliage, check this out, though the recent updates showing some really impressive fall colors starting to show up already near Bangor, Ellsworth, and Greenville at around 50 to 75% coverage, and some patchy coverage as well in the Millinocket area as well at the 25 to 45% coverage. So the leaves are changing quickly. Get outside and enjoy it while you can. And we typically peak, though, at around pretty much around late October, so early to mid-October, maybe even late October for that matter as well. We can see that's when we start to see some peaking of the fall colors. So pretty much get outside and enjoy while you can, though. though, because once the leaves do change, they will be falling out the trees rather fast. So for today, though, lower 70s, partly cloudy, south wind at around 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 40s, partly cloudy areas, it ends falling yet again, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, mid 70s, partly cloudy, with that north wind getting up to around 5 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. So a lot of dry days on the way. Sunday also into Monday, mostly sunny. Temperatures in the middle to upper 70s for both days. We'll be back in the upper 70s, maybe lower 80s again for you Tuesday, with a lot of sunshine as well.
Stop by Dirt Road Cafe today for fresh baked cinnamon rolls, bread, whoopie pies, and cookies. Dirt Road Cafe specializes in nutritious farm-to-table meals for your family from ours. Why choose fast food when you can choose Dirt Road Cafe, offering the most affordable grab-and-go home-cooked meals around? Stop by today.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
Hood milking you. It's why we do what we do, day in and day out. Making milk you can trust, with no artificial growth hormones. And we protect Hood milk with our light block bottle. We care about our milk because we know how much you care about what you give your family. So you can feel good about Hood.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of Coastal Auto Parts, Sear North Star Tours, Graphics Sign and Design, Loring Job Corps, Old Town Redemption, O&J Folsom Incorporated, and Top Notch Detailing.
Stop by Dirt Road Cafe today for fresh baked cinnamon rolls, bread, whoopie pies, and cookies. Dirt Road Cafe specializes in nutritious farm-to-table meals for your family from ours. Why choose fast food when you can choose Dirt Road Cafe, offering the most affordable grab-and-go home-cooked meals around? Stop by today.
New Jersey Democratic Senator Bob Menendez is making it clear to his Democratic colleagues he's not going down without a fight. Menendez addressed his fellow senators one day after pleading not guilty to federal charges. Fox News correspondent Aisha Hasni has reaction from Capitol Hill.
I will continue to cast votes on behalf of the people of New Jersey as I have for 18 years.
Tonight, Senator Bob Menendez remains defiant amid calls from within his own party to step down. The senior senator from New Jersey spoke to his caucus behind closed doors today, the first time since pleading not guilty to bribery charges.
Well, they heard my message.
Fox has learned Menendez explicitly told Democrats he will not resign, despite more than half wanting him to go.
It's crazy. And right now it's arrogance.
Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman is one of them. He says he's ready to pursue other avenues to remove Menendez, like expulsion. The Senate hasn't expelled a member in over a century, mostly over siding with Confederacy. It hasn't censured anyone since Dave Durenberger in 1990 over misuse of campaign funds. Democratic leadership recently brushed off a censure resolution or even a vote to kick Menendez out of the caucus. This week, Senator Ben Cardin replaced Menendez as chair of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. But Democrats aren't saying yet if he'll have access to classified briefings or partake in any committee work.
That's the primary issue that I think we have to take up.
And one senior Democratic senator who did not want to be identified told Fox that he's really depressed over all of this and that Democrats really don't know what to do about Menendez. On Capitol Hill, I'm Aisha Hasni, Fox News.
Oh, we turn now to a struggle for millions of parents where to find affordable childcare. The struggle is about to get even more difficult after this weekend. Here's ABC's Andrew Fujii with more.
This morning, millions of parents are about to fall off what's being called the child care cliff.
It could be catastrophic.
During the pandemic, Congress approved nearly $50 billion to support the child care industry and help parents nationwide. But tomorrow, that help is set to expire.
Child care businesses are going to be put into a position of having to either raise fees on parents or lower the wages of their child care teachers.
Estimates show without the government support, up to 70,000 child care centers could close, affecting more than 3 million children. The root of the problem? Rising costs, up more than 14% in the last 5 years. The average cost per child is now nearly $11,000 per year. Single mom Alana Smith says she worries without the federal help, she won't be able to afford it.
The prices are going up, so it's definitely a struggle to afford daycare and to maintain that, working as a single parent.
Experts say working parents, particularly moms, will suffer.
When there's childcare breakdowns, parents are forced out of the workforce, and it impacts moms the most.
So what can parents do? In San Diego, some parents are opting for alternatives to traditional daycare.
Hi, guys.
A company called June Care connects families in need of childcare with stay-at-home parents.
I don't work Monday through Friday 8 to 5, so it was really important for me to get care, good value care when I needed it with somebody that I trusted.
Experts also recommend a babysitting exchange when different parents switch off taking care of the kids. Or a nanny share. That's when multiple families split the cost of one person looking after the children. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Housing demand is cooling off as mortgage rates hit their highest level since 2000. The Mortgage Bankers Association's index of mortgage applications falling 1.3% last week, while the average rate on a 30-year loan climbed to 7.41%. 1 year ago, the rate was 5.65%. The increase in rates weighing heavily on housing demand. Applications for a mortgage for purchase a home are down 2% for the week, and down 27% compared to this time last year. Doesn't seem
thinking about buying a home, maybe wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I know the realtors don't want me to say that, but
right.
You know, everything's so expensive. The prices are high, interest rates are high.
Right.
They say just refinance it a couple of years if you want to buy now, but
right.
You know, it's just
that can be a mess.
Pretty daunting.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, coming up on the second half of the newscast, we'll hear from some business owners in Millinocket who discuss the much welcomed bump in business during leaf peeping season.
We'll have that story and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Does your dream kitchen look like this? Or this? Or maybe you need a little more inspiration? Get it when you explore the complete in-store showroom displays at Hammond Lumber Company. When you find the look you like, the Hammond team will help you customize it, including accurate 3D renderings, so you can visualize your project before the work begins. Hammond offers delivery from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire and professional service after the sale. Your dream kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Ellsworth, is sponsored by Shirley's Yarns, Crafts, and Gifts in Hancock, where you'll find a huge variety of yarns, crafts, and unique gifts. The best kept secret in Hancock County. Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales. Come buy your vehicle the Fairway. It's not just a slogan, it's the way we do business. Dragon Fire Pizza is serving the best pizza in Ellsworth. Don't believe us? Why not come by and see what all the hype is about?
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, September 29th, 2023. It is also National Coffee Day.
This is the day we celebrate the beverage that keeps us going. According to history books, coffee was discovered by a goat farmer in Ethiopia around 800 AD. He was feeding different berries to his goats and discovered coffee beans, made them energetic. As the years went on, some people in Europe reacted to the new drink with suspicion or even fear and asked the Pope to investigate whether it was the work of Satan.
It's got to be the devil, right?
I know.
Yeah.
At that period of time, they assumed anything that was slightly pleasurable or beneficial or made their lives a little less insufferable.
Anybody that acted a little odd, they
was
must
the work
be possessed.
of the devil.
Yeah.
Right, yes. You know, acting a little odd.
Gladly the Pope was on the ball.
Thank God.
This time, though.
Yeah. But he found the drink so satisfying that he gave it papal approval. Probably woke him up a little bit and was like, what are you guys talking? You just have some. Just try it.
This is good stuff.
Right.
Yeah. A gift from God.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Over $5 billion worth of coffee was sold in the U.S. last year.
What's your favorite way to have coffee? I just love coffee in the morning.
I'm not super precious about it.
Yeah.
Some people will be like, you drink that? That's like bad coffee.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'll drink whatever's there.
No sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate good coffee, but I'll drink whatever's there.
I know. I love a cappuccino done really well with the pretty frothed milk on top. But I also, normally, I brew for here. Now that it's getting colder, I don't really bother. But for here, I brew a pot of coffee and I put it in a mason jar in the fridge and I let it get cold and I put it in a little iced coffee thing to go the next day.
A lot of people like iced coffee.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I love coffee, but I don't like iced coffee. But I love iced tea.
Yeah,
so,
the temperature does change the flavor.
I think that's what it is.
Don't know what that is.
It's like drinking a cold cup of coffee. It's like been sitting around too long.
Right. I get it. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, we love coffee. Happy Coffee Day, everyone.
We need it. Yeah.
In 1989, the U.S. War Department established a regular army with a strength of several hundred men, the first army, official army in the U.S. In 1916, American oil tycoon John D. Rockefeller became the world's first billionaire. He spent part of his fortune buying up land on Mount Desert Island, which would later become Acadia National Park.
I believe the Rockefellers still have a home on MDI.
I think they do. Seal Cove, is it? I think is where they had it.
Yeah,
something
sounds like
that.
Yep.
And in 1982, a big scare was felt all around the nation when Tylenol capsules laced with deadly cyanide claimed the first of 7 victims in the Chicago area. That case remains unsolved. They never found who was responsible for that.
That's one of those cases that I don't even like to think about because it's just so macabre that it's like, this is not within the realm of human nature. It's just terrifying.
It was scary, just an anonymous kind of setting it out into the world just to poison people. But
purely
it did lead to new protections for some of our products, though. As you were talking earlier, those little pull and seal things to let you know if anybody's tampered with it before it got to you.
That's the silver lining. Yeah, I almost wish there were more type of protections like that.
Right.
All right, and in 1994, finally, the U.S. House voted to end the practice of lobbyists buying meals and entertainment for members of Congress.
They're buying votes by doing so.
I'd say that's a good deal. I probably could tighten that up a little bit more. Today's birthdays include comedian and actor Andrew Dice Clay, who's 65, pop singer Halsey's 29, and actress Chrissy Metz turns 43.
Happy birthday to all of them.
I like Halsey a lot. She's cool.
Yeah, talented.
Yep.
Going to be a pretty day around here. Not quite as sunny as the last few days, but we'll see some sunshine, some clouds, some wildfire smoke from Canada.
I was thinking about it yesterday. We told folks it was going to be sunny.
Yep.
It didn't look sunny just because of all that wildfire
hazy,
smoke.
yeah.
I was looking at the sky. I was like, this is not clouds.
Yeah.
It's purely haze.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
They have hundreds of fires burning in Canada. Just been an incredible season.
Nowhere even near to us.
Yeah, I feel bad for the people living up there. They've been just inhaling this smoke all summer long.
Yeah, plenty of people do wear those N95 masks for these.
Yeah.
And these days like these may not be the type of day where you should go hiking if you have COPD or heart issues or things like that that make breathing a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a heads up. But okay, let's send it over to Devin Biggs.
Hey, Craig and Emma, happy Friday. And we're starting off with areas of dense fog that's starting out across the region this morning. Pretty widespread in some spots as well. Many areas are down to about a half mile or less, and some spots even up to a mile at best. So definitely take it slow this morning and allow extra time to get to where you're going. If there's any good news to report, though, we will work on getting that fog out of here, as there's pretty much going to be a lot of sunshine today. We have a few clouds tracking in from the southwest and going to the north and east. But otherwise, we're looking pretty good out there. We're going to be staying dry all day long, and in fact, the next several days too. The rain you see right about in here will stay away from us, so as we have high pressure right about in here, so that'll help to erode any rainfall. We may get some clouds in here today, though, which may help to obscure the sunshine for a bit, but otherwise, we're going to stay dry for the next several days. Futurecast moving forward, showing some clouds moving in from time to time, mixing in with some sunshine. A few more clouds approach later on tonight, maybe mixing in with some areas of dense fog yet again. So clouds and areas of dense fog possible later on tonight again. As for the wind, not too bad, though. roughly at around 3 to 5 miles per hour at best, but notice the winds stay rather relaxed today, tonight, and also into tomorrow, so not much wind to be worried about moving forward. So lower 70s today, not bad, partly cloudy. That south wind getting up to around 5 miles per hour. By tonight, upper 40s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog yet again, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a mixture of clouds and sunshine with temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. Well, Maine's leaf peeping may not be at peak season yet, but that's not keeping Millinocket businesses from benefiting from it.
Matthew Jaroncic has the story.
There's nothing like fall in Maine, and you can tell the seasons are changing when the beautiful foliage is on display. It's also a time that brings out some of the earliest leaf peepers.
Whether they're from Philly or New York or, south side of Boston, wherever they may be from, they really understand that this is a lot different from where they live.
Historically, leaf peeping season starts around mid to late September, but locals say this year seems to be a little later than past years.
It's definitely just starting to break into fall leaf peeping season here, and we are getting lots of calls, actually. It's going to be a busy weekend for us.
Business owners say as the colors change, the cash registers will start to ring even more.
We'll see more and more people coming through the whole area, stopping at all the different locations. It's a beautiful time to be in northern Maine.
It's a big boost to the local economy. People from all over flock to the area to see Mount Katahdin in the spectacular fall colors.
It really brightens up the landscape. After seeing green for so many months, you can see the definition in the hills a lot better, and it really brightens up everything.
However you decide to capture Maine's beauty, Millinocket business owners hope you'll take the time to explore the area.
Slow down, enjoy it, take a look around. Nothing wrong with stopping here and there. Get out of the vehicle, look around, have it, enjoy your time.
In Millinocket, Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Getting pretty out there, and you can also visit mainefoliage.com for all the latest. Sounds like they have some, nobody's at peak yet, but it's starting to get a little heavier in some parts of the state.
I'm sure Baxter is all booked out this weekend, though, and next weekend.
It's going to be a great weekend to go up there.
It's my favorite, in the fall is my favorite time to go to Baxter. Yep. All right, still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports.
We'll be right back.
When you've experienced fire and smoke damage in your home, when pipes break and you have water everywhere, when you're concerned about your family's health because of mold, you need a friendly face to take care of it all. You need the friendly faces of Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. We're just a click or call away. Whatever life throws at you, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is here for you. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
Call Jill.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe with America's best warranty. Lease an all-wheel drive Santa Fe for $279 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or up to $3,000 bonus cash. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team, and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of
Orono Trampoline Park, Alpenglow Adventure Sports, Bangor Tire Company, McCusick Petroleum Company, Rose Bite, The Family Dog, The Local, and Tashi's Checkout.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Local news weeknights at 10 with Beth Jones and Peter Dubois on Fox 22.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start up in Orono, where UMaine women's soccer is out to one of the best starts the team has ever seen in its 34-year history. The Black Bears have gone their first 10 games without a loss, 7 wins and 3 ties. They're also 2-0 to start America East play, with forward Abby Kramer being named this week's America East Player of the Week and Kira Kudzinski being named Goalie of the Week. But of course it takes a village, and that togetherness has really helped the team's deep talent show out.
Our talent pool is as competitive as it's ever been. We've got outstanding leadership, and I think being able to blend the new players into a cohesive team has happened a little quicker than I anticipated.
We worked a lot of team bonding and all those things, so just like playing together as a whole unit instead of like separate individual players is like what makes us really great.
And even though the team is well aware they're currently making history, the preseason MO of unfinished business is still all they are worrying about right now. As America East play hits its stride, the Black Bears are honing in on just staying consistent. If they can do that, they hope to win their first conference title ever.
Continuing to pose what we do on the game and not worrying about anything else. Our feeling is if we can do what we do well consistently, then we hope that the outcomes are going to take care of themselves.
Like the team's been talking, it's great to have this great start, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean anything if we can't keep it going. So.
Okay, let's stay with the Black Bears and move over to the Alphon. The anticipation is building for men's hockey's season opener in 2 weeks, plus the return of one of the nation's best in goal. Victor Osman is back for his 5th year with the Black Bears. Osman has amassed over 1,700 saves in his career and is coming off a season where he was named a Richter Award semifinalist and made second team All-Hockey East. For Osman, his reason for coming back was simple. A first-round Hockey East tournament loss is not how he wanted to go out.
Obviously, it didn't end the way we wanted to, and I knew a lot of guys were coming back, and I was just hungry for more. I feel like we got something really good going on, and yeah, it kind of led to my decision, wanting to come back and trying to go for another run.
With his accolades, Osman has high expectations for himself in his final year. Those expectations only add on to the high ones for the team as a whole. When you have a great goaltender like Osman, it can prove to be a real spark, perhaps more so this year than others.
Just want to build off of my year last year and do even better, and I want to be consistent and help the team win every night.
Your team plays with more confidence when you have good goaltending, you know, and I think you saw that as the year went on for us last year. It should be something that is a strength of our team this year.
Now let's head over to Husson, where Eagles women's tennis has a big weekend ahead of them, hosting the NAC Conference Tournament on Saturday. Husson going for their 6th NAC title in a row, albeit with a smaller team than normal. Just 8 players for the Eagles after having 12 last year. Plus, the 6 returning players from last year's team had not seen much action before this year. But that small size has turned out to be a huge advantage in this year's run.
With 8, you can really focus in on some things that maybe you wouldn't always get to if you had a larger team. We could do some specialty shots like drop shots, isolating particular strategies that we don't always get to. So that's been kind of fun. And also it just, everyone gets to know each other a little bit better, so it's a little tighter knit group.
Unlike previous years, though, the Eagles are playing from under as the 3 seed, their lowest seed since 2017, the last time they didn't win the NAC. But with those 6 players coming back who know what it takes to win championship gold and know the home court environment so well, their position on the bracket might not mean much.
We know the environment, we know the nerves, we know like that there's gonna be an official there and more people than normal. We're not as nervous. We've done this before. And then the other 2 girls can just like follow our lead and just kind of blend in with the energy that we already know we have.
The tournament will start at 9 a.m. on Saturday at Armstrong Tennis Center in Hamden. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Ventilators, IV equipment, incubators in the NICU. Every room here is filled with life-saving medical equipment that relies on electricity. But question 3 would cost Mainers $13.5 billion and put our electricity in the hands of politicians. Politicians who pocket money from oil and gas companies. I wouldn't put a politician in charge of all of this. The stakes are just too high to trust them. Question 3 is a risk Mainers can't afford.
If you are in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, or Maine, you could get a deal at the Toyota 5-state sales event with thousands of new vehicles available from the longest-lasting brand, Toyota. Right now, you could save up to $2,000 with affordable 3.99% financing on a 4-wheel drive Tacoma. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. The Toyota 5-state sales event at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Ellsworth, is sponsored by Nana's Attic and Then Some in Ellsworth is full of unique antique items from the past that everyone will enjoy. 3 Pennies and a Dime is a unique Maine-made gift store featuring more than 100 local artisans. Come visit us in our new spot in the Maine Coast Mall. Dragonfire Pizza, serving the best pizza in Ellsworth. Don't believe us? Why not come by and see what all the hype is about?
I'll go naked. I bet you will. The fun in a game of words.
Flip-flop, cougar, Little Caesars.
Sounds like a Tuesday for me.
He's choosing wisely.
I hope they know what it is, because we gotta take it. Want to try to win this thing, so I'll take Noogie.
25 words or less.
Knuckle head rub.
Noogie, you won the game, guys.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. While temperatures are starting to cool off thanks to the fall, new data finds the Earth is continuing to get hotter.
It's causing massive dips in the sea ice and glaciers that scientists say help ward off the sun's rays. Besides creating problems for people, researchers say the crisis is pushing some adorable Arctic animals to their limit. Fox News' Sean Langill takes a closer look.
They may be cute, but new research finds some penguin populations are facing a massive problem. The U.S. National Snow and Ice Data Center reports levels of Antarctic sea ice hit record lows this winter. Scientists say the culprit is higher ocean temperatures, impacted by human-caused climate change from greenhouse gas emissions.
Sea ice was much below the usual coverage for summer, and then this winter, sea ice it froze over at a much slower rate.
The vanishing ice is impacting thousands of emperor penguins who rely on it for raising their young.
The sea ice, it melted away before the penguin chicks were ready to swim. And the chicks, they have these fluffy feathers. They can't swim and they can't dry themselves if they fall in the water. And so the sea ice melted and these penguins drowned, and it was over 9,000 penguins.
Meanwhile, a similar problem is happening thousands of miles away in Switzerland, where the country's glaciers have lost 10% of their ice volume in just 2 years.
This loss equals the entire loss we had between 1960 and 90. So we have a big acceleration, and this acceleration in the glacier melting, this is due to climate change.
The loss of glaciers and sea ice could cause global temperatures to continue spiking. This is because a lack of white snowy surfaces on Earth limits how much sunlight is reflected back into space.
Glaciers have advanced and retreated over the last millions of years due to natural causes. But what we are seeing now is completely different.
Sean Langill, Fox News.
Scary situation. I was watching some documentary a few days ago about the Antarctic ice, and apparently thousands of feet below the ice are all these lakes, and in these lakes they kind of create these nutrients that end up into the ocean, feeding all kinds of things that are then fed on by other things, and they're worried that if the ice is not there, what's going to happen to all these nutrients? Is that going to change the ecosystem, and how is that going to impact the rest of the world? So we really don't know at this point, but everything we're hearing is pretty scary.
I think there's so many things that scientists are saying to us, and we don't really know necessarily how it could impact us in the long term. And we don't hear about it in the news every day because it's so devastating to hear about every day. And it's just one of those things that, what can the individual person do?
Just take care of your own little world. That's one thing you can do.
Right.
You know, things like recycling or whatever, save energy.
Right.
If we all do that, then it kind of builds up. But overall, as a society, as a civilization, we need to do something.
Yeah,
So,
and big companies
anyway.
need to do the most
A
because
lot
that's
bigger conversation than we have time for right here, right now. But
You didn't want me to go off on my
no,
spiel?
we're scared. Oh, we could get going. We could talk about this all day. So
I was going to go off there for a
Yeah.
second.
Good news is the weather around here, at least for the weekend, is looking pretty nice.
Oh, good segue.
How you like that?
Here's Devin Biggs.
Don't worry about the ice. Don't worry about this.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, happy Friday. Areas of falling developing out there this morning. Reducing visibility is pretty much widespread to around a half mile or less, so please be careful in many spots as you do travel this morning. Might take a bit to get to your destination, whether that's work or that's school for that matter. Otherwise, though, we're going to be watching for some clouds tracking in from the southwest to the north and east, but not obscuring the sun entirely. We'll still have enough sun to burn out the fog that we're seeing out there this morning. And even though we're seeing some precipitation further down to the south, you can see that pretty much near Boston, some other areas further down to the south. This will stay away from us, though, because of high pressure that's right nearby. There's no rain in the forecast for the next several days. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. We have high pressure right about in here. We have low pressure just to the south. High pressure will win out, though, which will help to keep the precipitation away. So a lot of dry days will be on the way. Let's break this all down with Futurecast. So again, a pretty nice day with a partly cloudy sky overall. Areas of dense fog will be possible in a few spots overnight tonight yet again. But as we head towards tomorrow, that fog will burn off, and we'll see a lot of sunshine for the day for your Friday, or for your Saturday for that matter. Then by the time we head towards Saturday night, maybe some clouds and areas of dense fog yet again, but a lot of the clouds will be tapering off. So as we head towards Sunday morning, a beautiful day will be on the way. Our average high temperature is now 65 degrees. We'll do the lower 70s today, middle to upper 70s Saturday and a Sunday, back in the mid 70s again Monday, upper 70s, maybe some lower 80s Tuesday and a Wednesday, then back in the mid 70s again as we head towards your Thursday. Fall foliage, check this out, though the recent updates showing some really impressive fall colors starting to show up already near Bangor, Ellsworth, and Greenville at around 50 to 75% coverage, and some patchy coverage as well in the Millinocket area as well, at the 25 to 45% coverage. So the leaves are changing quickly. Get outside and enjoy it while you can. And we typically peak, though, at around pretty much around late October, so early to mid-October, maybe even late October for that matter as well. We can see that's when we start to see some peaking of the fall colors. So pretty much get outside and enjoy it while you can, though, because once the leaves do change, they will be falling off the trees rather fast. So for today, though, lower 70s, partly cloudy, south wind at around 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 40s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog yet again, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, mid 70s, partly cloudy, with that north wind getting up to around 5 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. So a lot of dry days on the way. Sunday also into Monday, mostly sunny. Temperatures in the middle to upper 70s for both days. We'll be back in the upper 70s, maybe lower 80s again for your Tuesday, with a lot of sunshine as well.
It's been a great summer at Dorsey Furniture, but it's time to start thinking about fall. Our new fall introductions are arriving daily and we need to make room. This means big discounts on selected items. How big? Half off. We didn't stop with just a few items. We have marked down every item in every department. Come to Dorsey Furniture during our fall clearance sale and you won't be disappointed. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Some things are worth waiting for. Something reliable, something loyal, something long-lasting. A 6-year warranty? Coyote's got that. One machine for all the dirty work? Count on Coyote. Coyote won't break your heart. And Whittemore & Sons got the deals that won't break the bank. So quit swiping and settling for less. Slide into Whittemore & Sons and be treated like family. By a family who cares. 257 Waterville Road, Skowhegan.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials, with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground, Odland Road, Bangor.
A rare bear is the newest resident at a zoo in England. This is Oberon, or Obi for short. He's a rare Andean bear who recently arrived at the Chester Zoo. The 10-year-old male has been selected as the perfect match for a 3-year-old female called Pacha, who is also a resident of the zoo. Scientists hope the pair procreate and boost the number of Andean bears on the market. Kind of high expectations for a blind date. Experts estimate there are fewer than 10,000 bears left on the planet. They are native to South America and have lost their homes due to deforestation, climate change, and conflict with humans. That's a lot of expectations for just the 2 bears.
Yeah, right?
I'd be pretty mad.
All the pressure's on you guys.
Right.
You know, good luck with that.
I hope they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obi seems happy, though. You know, he's got a nice little enclosure. He's got a new girlfriend, yes. Plenty of food.
Yeah, I'd like to hear from her. We need the other side.
let's get to the bottom of that. So.
Okay, it's Friday. Happy Friday.
Goodness.
We made it to the end of the show. I'm sleepy. I'm complaining.
I'm hungry.
You made it through better than I did.
I'm dopey.
Yeah.
So.
If you missed anything, head to foxbangor.com.
We hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.